Computer Crime Investigator, a day in the life of Burt Macklin, FBI. Burt Macklin came into work like he did every day. When he stepped into his office, he was informed by his superiors of a breach in the FBI database that he was to investigate. As lead of the investigation, he was also required to give a briefing at noon to a group of NYPD officers on how they were going to apprehend the culprit. How should I handle this situation? Should I tackle it myself or hit some help? Burt Macklin should be open-minded. Burt started his investigation by consulting his superiors and understanding all aspects of the case. With this information, he begins investigating on his own. How should I start my investigations? Begin searching for evidence from scratch or work my way up from information available? Burt Macklin should be well informed. He used his knowledge and skills to gather evidence and track the digital footsteps of his attacker. When met with any challenges or obstacles, he persisted and found other situations to overcome them. To gather evidence, what are the dispositions that I need? If there are any obstacles in this task, how should my attitude towards it be? Burt Macklin should have intellectual curiosity. At noon, he joined his assigned task force in a conference room. He began by presenting the evidence he found, and continued the conference for 2 hours, educating them on how to go about looking for the attacker, from gathering and preserving evidence to what to do in more technical situations, such as overcoming the firewalls of the hacker. What are the characteristics and knowledge I need to educate others? How to ensure everyone is on the same page during my briefing? Burt Macklin needs to be systematic, clearly defining terms in a way appropriate for the context. As the day passed, the evidence began to pile, and Burt Macklin felt he was close to solving the case. He started preparing reports on the case and ensured his documents were of excellent standard. How do I start putting together all the evidence I need to close the case? What are the skills needed to prepare the documents and ensure that my work is substantial to use in the court? Burt Macklin needs to be analytical in the evaluation of his argument. He must deconstruct his argument and evaluate them judiciously. An hour before the day ended, his team brought down the hacker's firewall and were able to pinpoint his location. Together with the NYPD, he bursted down the doors of the FBI's hacker and assisted with the arrest. He told the prosecuting officer to meet him at his office the next morning to collect the testimonies and reports, and to contact him if he was in need. What skills do I need to ensure that my testimonies will be strong? What should I do to make sure that the prosecutors understand why the hacker is at fault? Burt Macklin must have confidence in his reasoning and imagination to think of all ways the case would go. At midnight, with the case closed, it was the end of a day in the life of Burt Macklin, FBI.